It's freedom for one thing. You and you alone are in charge, and it's like falling on a big cushion of air, and it's wonderful.
The final seconds of a ride under a parachute are one of the most peaceful and calming feelings you could ever know. But getting there takes extraordinary courage, concentration, and the ability to stare at your own death and say no.
You got to feel like you're good at what you do, what you specialize in.
Hondo specializes in teaching, taking folks who've never met the ultimate fear beyond it. Before, he started the way most people here did, jumping out of airplanes for the military.
We're going to start out at 10,500 feet on your first jump, or higher.
Rayford, North Carolina is about the premier school for parachutists. The U.S. Army's Golden Knights train and practice here. So does the Belgian National Army, learning new maneuvers today, practicing accuracy and safety. We're in good hands.
Ripcord. Okay, you don't see it, do you? Nope. Okay, now reach.
Your first jump is the toughest. 5 hours of classwork, much of it suspended off the ground, harnessed to a tree to get used to the idea of flight.
You're going to have some air pushing up on them, so you want to have some resistance, but you don't want to be stiff.
Guys like Hondo aren't born with ice water for blood. They squirmed the first few times, too. And to a person, nobody here ever expected to make skydiving a career.
Absolutely not. I got in it to make a couple jumps, just to say I did it.
You have the apprehension of, it's what you call fear of the unknown. You have no idea what it's really going to be like.
Cheryl Starnes is a pilot for Piedmont Airlines, but she's landed under silk more times than under power, 9 times national accuracy champion, 3 times the best in the world. But even she, after an American record 6,100 free falls, will back out if she doesn't feel just right about every jump. That's reassuring since our first jump was canceled, weather problems. So we did more classwork, rehashing emergency techniques, learning to pack parachutes, and remembering what we'd learned.
The most important thing that you can do on any parachute jump is to pull your ripcord at the right altitude.
I'll go first. Photographer Rich Murphy prepares to shoot whatever happens. At the plane, we dirt dive, a midterm exam of sorts, to ensure that I remember what I've been reciting for 2 days. The 3 magic words, look, reach, and pull. One more time they tell me, arch your back, push your pelvis forward, and enjoy the ride. 20 minutes to ride up and a chance to ask Hondo why people really make a hobby of body plunging.
A friend of mine one time told me, he was asked about skydiving. He said he was more afraid of not living than he was of dying.
I thought I felt calm, but you can see a little apprehension on my face. Right then is when I realized I was about to fall 2 miles at 120 miles an hour. Getting out of the plane, there's a slight delay, and that's going to cost me later. I remember letting go of the plane, but falling is tough to remember. The pros call it sensory overload. It's a case of too many info, not enough memory banks. I run through the practice ripcord pulls as scheduled, then Hondo the pull signal. Instant quiet. Loud heartbeat. I apply the brakes just to test them. I'm wearing a one-way radio, and suddenly it crackles in my ear.
Kick your feet if you hear me, Rick.
I figure since I'm here, take a look. From 5,000 feet, this is what Fayetteville looks like. But all I'm searching for is that runway. And because of that hitch leaving the plane, I'm further south than intended. Getting on target now is going to be a problem. Landing comes on the runway, behind a stand of trees. I'm down and safe. So it's Murphy's turn. He leaves the plane in a cloud bank, but brings his parachute in nearly perfect, missing the target area by just a few feet.
Stand up!
For us, major relief, but I'm still curious. Do the guys with 800 jumps feel the fear?
Fear and respect sometimes go hand in hand. You definitely have a little part inside your body before every jump that keeps you honest. I think every person deals with it a little bit different or handles it different, or maybe calls it a little different thing, but it's that little thing inside your body that keeps you on the edge.